Howdy! So, I have in front of me here the holy grail of everything, the Bunton gearbox. We're going to finally break into that baby. I know you've been waiting for this. I know I've been purposely waiting and trying to procrastinate about it because I'm a little concerned. There is a seal in here. I want to get that seal replaced, but I don't know where I'm going to get it or how I'm going to get it. But we'll, I guess, figure that out eventually. But yeah, let's tear this baby open. Let's get that seal out so I have something to bring in and see what makes her tick. Okay, so this is the general Bunton gearbox. I probably should grab a few more towels. This thing's really dirty and greasy. And there's a snap ring right in here. It's got to come out. Basically, this holds everything together, and I don't know if I might need to come up with a new end on the pliers here. It doesn't look like these ends are going to work. Now this should have been holding all of this together. Somehow. Exactly what's happening. It's hitting that woodruff key right here. Doesn't seem to want to slide them out. Alright, I'm going to have to get this down on the floor to pound on it a little bit better. There it goes. I definitely don't want to lose that. It's a very, I don't know if you can see the shape of it, but it's Got these two little nubs on the end of it. I'll never be able to find a replacement for that. So I just found a parts tray. Stick it in there. Now, this should be able to slide that out. So aside from this thing being really gooped up, the old gear oil, looks like that heat probably turned it back into, started to turn it back into gear oil. There's that seal on the bottom. And that's what I'm actually kind of concerned about, whether or not that seal is sealing. It's hard to tell exactly where all this oil and everything's coming from. I'm sure it's pressed in. I have to figure out how to press it out. And I might have to get creative with it. But that's what I want to replace, is this thing right here. I mean, it would be nice to get the Bunton up and running again pretty soon. I've gone pretty much all spring, all summer, and it's just been sitting here because of this gearbox. I've mowed with it once, and that's when I found out about the gearbox getting just really hot. Yeah, I don't want to think that I tore all this apart for nothing, so I really do want to replace those seals. And I'll have to see what I can do, because right now I still can't even figure out how to finish getting this thing apart. But so I'm going to go work on that, and hopefully I can do that, and hopefully we can just put it back, everything back together, put in some oil, and we'll be ready to go. Okay, I did want to do this quick little thing on this stuff right here, aircraft remover. I started doing this, and I'm going to tell you, this stuff, it works awesome. I was looking for something to clean up the gearbox for the Bunton. It's all aluminum. I was planning on keeping it aluminum, so I wanted something that was going to strip all of the old paint off. I also think that was part of the problem with the Bunton, was all of the old paint that was still left on the old gearbox while it was overheating. Had to, get all that heat off the paint that was coming in through the paint that was coming in through it. But I'm just going to give you a quick glance, because I've already did one side of it, about what this stuff can do. It's really awesome and amazing. What happened was I actually put a layer of paint on this. There were also several layers of paint on this beforehand. This green is me. This is actually back overflow from stuff that dripped down the cleaner, the aircraft remover, or what is it called? Yeah, it's called aircraft remover. And then this is the side I actually hit with the aircraft remover. You can see already, I mean, there's still some paint left on it. It's probably going to have to get hit again. But I was looking for something that would be safe for the aluminum, and this was it. I got it in a rattle can. You can get this stuff in tubs and brush it on if you want. But I'm just going to go over quick and show you pretty much everything you got to do to get this stuff to work right. And we're going to do this side next, so you can actually see it happen. I also did this thing here too. You can see this was all covered in green, and now it's going to have to be hit again too, and it's probably going to have to be polished up. I'm trying to figure out how to get this bearing out, and I'm probably going to end up having to heat this up, and hopefully that bearing will just fall right out. Okay, one of the first things you want to do is make sure you have it in a very well ventilated space. This stuff is pretty nasty, and make sure you read all the warnings about inhaling it and everything else. And you also want to make sure it's nicely good and mixed. It says 15 minutes, that should be good enough. Get some air hose out of here. And I got the aerosol cans because I don't like to deal with paintbrushes and everything else, having to clean them. So, and it's just literally painting it like you would anything else. Just spray it on. You see it's got a nice little foam to it. Ooh, foamy. Yep. Once you got the foam set up, you just let it sit for about 45 minutes or more. You want to be careful, and then after it sits for about 45 minutes or so, we'll move on to the next step. As you can see, that this foam is kind of dissipated, and the paint is actually beginning to blister on this. You're supposed to use a plastic scraper, but this is the one I had in my toolbox, and we can just take all this paint right off of it. I may have left it on for a little too long there. You do want to be careful with this as far as touching the chemicals. You can't hurt your hands. Probably should wear gloves or something. As you can see, everything's beginning to come off. Getting it down to the bare metal there. But yeah, this stuff works really good. I'm going to have to probably put a second application on this to get the rest of the paint off. But overall, I'm pretty pleased with how well it's working. It should clean up pretty good once we get the sanding and everything down. It'll be polished up to pretty bare metal again. And then we will not paint it. My goal for this is, once I get the aluminum exposed and get it looking good, we're going to clear coat it, try to keep as much paint off of it as possible so it has the most room to release the heat off the metal.